Okay. So today we are going to be talking about marketing tips for 2021. And really we're only talking about one
a tip.
marketing
tip.
Yeah.
If you're not doing this, you should be. So maybe that's the tip.
Yeah.
If you're not doing this, you should be doing it. And if you are doing it,
kudos to you.
And let us know in the comments below that, yeah, this really has been awesome. So anyway, what is it?
Drum roll, what is our tip? First, the Home by Design magazine.
It's awesome.
We love this thing. After 22 years of different marketing ideas and trying everything out there, this is my favorite.
Yeah, let me see it.
It's got us at the bottom.
It looks professional. It looks like we made this thing. In fact, we had several people when we first started sending this out
think that we owned a publishing
think that
company.
we actually did it. Yeah, literally. Said, "Oh, you guys, how do you put this together? You so much time and energy, and it's just an amazing thing." But really, this magazine, there's a few out there. This one is a little bit larger than the other one that's out there, and it's much more customizable, and it just
I like the feel of it. The
feels
paper
good.
quality is really good.
Yeah.
So this is called Home by Design by Design Publishing. I've got a contact for you guys if you want an account rep just to talk to, kind of get some pricing information. The thing that I love about this magazine is it comes out every other month. And so it's $2.88 if you mail out 100 copies. The minimum order is 50, but if you do 100, you get our equity pricing of $2.88 an issue. That is stamped in the mail to your clients.
so 144 a month. That's going to come out every other month. But
yes.
Budget.
Yeah, if you're looking at, is your client, are your past clients, your current clients, your sphere worth $1.50? Really? I mean, a month.
Yeah. And so why would we want to send out a magazine? What is the purpose of sending something out? Well, can't I just email people? Can't I just?
You can. We like you to do it all. I mean, we like you to do an email newsletter. We like you to do just sold postcards. We like you to do your phone calls and pop bys and note cards. But this is a piece that people hold on to, and that's why we like it. You'll find it on people's office desks. You'll find it in their kitchen because there's recipes in it, which are really good, by the way. You'll find it on their coffee tables or their end tables or on their nightstands in their bedrooms because they actually look at it. And it's not Colorado specific. It is a national magazine, so it's not going to talk about Colorado statistics, which there's other opportunities for you to do that in the customizable pages. But it's just a high quality, high end magazine. And what you're trying to do with this and what you're trying to accomplish is showing confidence and branding with a really good image.
Yeah. And by it laying around on someone's coffee table, other people see it. And literally, I've told this story before, but hopefully there's someone new watching this saying, "Oh, this is new to me." I mean, really, us guys, do we get excited about a magazine? Maybe not. But literally, I mean, you guys know I'm big into cycling. I was doing motocross, and anyone that I meet, my friends out there, my acquaintances, we end up putting them on this. So here I am just getting into motocross, true story, out there with these guys that got their 4x4 trucks, motocross, we're ripping it up, and I get their name, and they find out what I do for a living. That's what we do. We talk about what we do for a living and see if they know of anyone that I can help. And I put them on the mailing, and literally, like, the next time I go to the dirt track, a friend of mine, Bill, is like, "I just got that magazine, and that was the coolest thing ever. And my mother-in-law, she was there, and she wanted to know who you guys were."
Yeah.
People talk about this, and I mean, out riding with my cycling friends. So it's a great piece. It's not something that's only for a certain demographic.
Right.
It's for everyone. And literally, the articles in here are things that you will read. I mean, it's just well put together.
Yeah, it talks about decorating and remodeling and color schemes and what's in season for planting flowers and perennials and things like that. I mean, it's a cool piece. And I mean, we haven't had every single one of our clients that's on our database say something about the magazine, but 90% of them have.
Yeah.
Either through a text message, or I made this recipe, or I read this article, or I gave this to my friend who saw it. Can you send me another copy? We've had 90% of our database comment on that, and I can't think of another marketing tool that we've used over the years that has had that much success.
No, but you got to leverage it.
Yes.
Okay, you can't just have this thing mailed out and then just nothing. You want to make a post on Facebook.
Yeah.
And show it and say, hey, the new magazine is out, and show what it is, and then say, if you didn't receive your copy, be sure to message me and I'll get you your copy. And I know Kathy Harder, she was sending this out, and then I said, oh, Kathy, are you doing the Facebook thing? She said, oh, I hadn't done that. And she did that,
Yeah.
and it exploded. She got so many more people saying, oh, that's great, I want to find out about it.
Yeah, how do I get on your mailing list?
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. The other thing that I like is it's very unique still, even though the company's been around for a really long time and some of you guys are using the product. I like that you don't see a lot of realtors doing it.
No.
So, oftentimes I feel like you've been in your friend's home and they have the Broncos schedule on the refrigerator and it's a realtor, and they've got the notepad, sitting over by their junk drawer in the kitchen, and that's a different realtor, and they've got the pen from the insurance agent. And so they've got all these different branded things in their home, but anybody can do that. And that's what I love about this piece is it's not something that's super common, like the sports schedules or the pumpkin patches and the recipe cards. And not to say that there's anything wrong with those, but it's unique and you stand out more when something like that comes into the mail versus just your typical postcard that everybody can do.
Yeah, and we know that we talk about this at sales meetings and over the years, and maybe to us it's like, oh my God, they're always talking about this. But maybe to you, you're like, oh, it's the first time I've heard about this.
Right.
I bet we have less than 15 people in the company that are doing this regularly. We have 300 people in our office. So yeah, if you are one of those, oh my gosh, Todd and Stacey have talked about this so many times, everyone must be doing it. They aren't.
They aren't.
They aren't. And I don't know if it's a cost thing, a time thing, I just haven't gotten around to a thing. But if you're like, I've been hearing about this, I just need to do it, just go do it.
And put it into play for 2021. We just submitted all of the advertising layouts for the December-January issue. So the next issue will be February-March, which will be due in November, I believe, is when the deadline. So you've got plenty of time to get your content ready to go. The cool thing is, if you want to customize it, you can. If you don't want to customize it, you don't have to. And we will here shortly show you some examples of what those customizations look like, so it gives you guys some ideas. But one thing I just wanted to share a quick success story. One of the clients I'm actually working with right now, we're closing the end of this month, and I sold them a house 13 years ago, 2007, in Wash Park. They moved here from out of state. They were a referral from one of my other clients. And when they called me last summer, and it's taken us a year to find exactly what they wanted, but when they called me last summer and they said, hey, we're looking at moving, and I said, oh, that's great. Thank you so much for calling. And I thought to myself, gosh, I haven't done a pop-by for them. I haven't done any phone calls. There's just those clients that slip through the cracks, but you still send them emails and you check in occasionally, but maybe you don't have as much in common, so you don't see them frequently. And I said, I appreciate your trust and your loyalty and for giving me a call. And he said, well, gosh, I get your magazines every single month since we bought the house, and I couldn't think of calling anyone else. And I thought there were two things that came to mind there. One, I get your magazine every month. We send it every other month, so I like that he thinks I'm consistently in front of him.
Like they're getting it often.
And he said, and you've been sending it to me since we bought the house. They closed 13 years ago. We've been doing the magazine for 6 or 7 years. So he feels like he's been in touch with me ever since they bought that home. And I love that, because when you look at the fact that I've invested $18 a year into these clients through this magazine, and 13 years later they reach out and say, you're the person for us because you've been sending us this magazine, and we get your annual anniversary cards, which my wife, by the way, has in her desk drawer. I thought, this is awesome. Let's go house shopping. So just...
How much of a house do they buy?
So when they called, they said, we've been saving a lot of money over the years. We've been investing wisely. We just got pre-approved for $1.8 million. We don't want to spend that much. We'd like to keep it in the 1.5-1.6 range. Can you help us? I can. I absolutely can.
$18. That was a heck of an investment. So if you think, I don't want to spend $144 a month, we have many stories like that where people just keep calling us and we're staying in touch with them. And you know that we talk about accountability. Mm-hmm. Here's your accountability. This is going to go out every other month.
Whether you're ready or not.
So something is happening. And a lot of times we think, I'll make my own personal newsletter. You do it one time, it takes you days and days and days, and you don't get around to doing it again because it's a lot of, this just goes. But again, leverage it and customize it. Because I think that's why people think that we actually made this, is because you do get to customize the interior page, the very back page, and then the exterior back page. So you get
there's 3 different pages.
The photo on the front, article on the front page. Look at that, cool little E on the back. And then the very back page you get, and then 3/4 of the very back page, because you've got the mailing information here. And I totally say leverage it, and we're going to show you some things, some ideas, and you got to be creative. And this is where some work comes in to customize things, is we're going to have to come up with ideas and layout and play with it a little bit.
But the nice thing is, you literally could do a brainstorming session and template out all 6 issues of your magazine for the entire year, and then all you have to do is upload the PDFs into the system before each ad deadline, or you do what I do and you put it on your calendar a week before the deadline, and you go through and you sit down and you do your power hour and you figure out what I'm going to do on my pages, and you get them done the week before the deadline occurs. So
yeah, and don't wait 2 days before the deadline.
No. So we're in screen share mode. And right now I've got up an example of a listing that we marketed a couple of years ago. Excuse me, I've got a tickle.
Oh.
Go ahead and run with it.
Okay, so yeah, we had this marketing a few years ago, listing of ours. And like I said, you can customize the interior page, the back page, or the very cover page. And we put this on the magazine on the back cover, which that just looks so cool. It says, tell your client that you're going to send this out to, your sphere of influence, and you've got this marketing, and then they get it themselves.
It's a really cool thing to put into your listing presentation. And especially if you distribute your magazine to your doctor's office, to your dentist office, to a few different distribution places, that's kind of a really cool signature thing that you can do for your listings. One of the other things that I really like is if you have buyers that you represent, or anytime you sell a home, is you can create a page. I do this at the end of the year, and I take pictures of my clients at closing or pictures of their home, and then I congratulate everyone with this image on the back page of the magazine for my December-January issue. And that's so well received, especially if you do client closing pictures, because they get so excited to see themselves in your magazine. So that's a cool one. I do really like the statistics pages, which I actually don't create myself. I pull them from the Colorado Association of Realtors, and then I just create the headline at the top, Your Real Estate Expert Presents. This was from 2016, and it just gives people kind of an update on the market so that the magazine is very Colorado specific. Some
other ideas that we had, we did this one, the app or our website. You guys could share your app, or you could share, what's the one that already Colorado lets people sign up for?
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but promote it. Promote your own personal website, your own app through the company, your app through RE Colorado, and tell people, download the keyword, and they can do that. So that was an idea. We came up with Mountain Resorts and Event Resource Center. So what's going on? We did the August events, the September events, so people could plan out. But again, it gives them a purpose to hold on to that magazine for a little while. So that was a good idea. I like
Yeah.
that one.
We also did some feature communities where we went through and we talked about different neighborhoods, because not everybody knows what the boundaries of a neighborhood are or what the benefits of living in a specific area might be. And so we did the Your Neighborhood Expert Presents, and then we featured a couple different communities, and that was really fun too.
So Katie Markman asked, yes, there's the other magazine that's out there too, and they actually came to a sales meeting of ours. Super nice people. Why do we like this magazine? I'll say it one more time. It's a little larger, so it just feels really nice quality. I like the size of it, but you can customize it. The other magazine, I believe they have an upcharge, and they may allow you to do it. That's part of the benefit of this magazine. With the price that we told you about, that's built in, that you can customize the front, the back page, and I think that just, it makes it feel like it's yours, and you can speak to your clients personally that way. So, Katie, that's the benefit. The overall feel, look, and able to actually customize without the upcharge.
Yeah, and the upcharges were pretty significant.
They're very significant. We tried actually to get them to waive those for you guys, because I know people had that magazine. I think we got like a one-time freebie for you, but it wasn't their business model. So we like this business model. What other ideas do we have? Fall home maintenance tips. So, I mean, you can do fall home maintenance tips. You can winterizing your home. And obviously, you know, we find this stuff off of the internet, come up with articles and pictures and make sure that everything's not, you know, copyrighted, that you can use it when you're taking photos and stuff like that.
Yeah, the other one we did was our contractor vendor list. So
and that was probably the best thing we ever did as far as retaining a magazine.
Yeah, people actually would tear this sheet out and put it on their refrigerator or on their kitchen counter. And so what we did is we had started compiling like a vendor resource list similar to what Equity has put together, our office, and we have on Facebook for you guys. But these were our preferred people and people that we knew and that we trusted. And we broadcasted this out through multiple issues of our magazine. And we got great reception on this. I mean, people would call us and thank us, hey, I used your plumber. That was wonderful. Hey, we had our carpets cleaned. They did such a great job. And that was probably one of the most commented on magazines we created.
Yeah, that was a good one. Let's see, other ideas for you guys. Time to make a move. I mean, that's a simple one. We all have information that you can take off of Elevate or off our marketing center and talk about preparing your home, ready to move, helping the kids cope with moving. I mean, so, you know, keep it timely and keep it relevant to, you know, things that you're helping people with, and you don't have to think too far outside the box to come up with something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Small change, big impact. I actually think that was one of theirs that they actually did, or we put that together?
Nope, Paul and I put that one together.
I like that one. Well done.
Yep, we put that one together.
Probably the other, here's another one of those end of year, all the homes you sold with pictures of people. And again, they really like that. Idea for you guys. I'm paying for this thing. So, Dave Marcus, we use Dave quite a bit as a lender, and Dave went in partnership with us on this magazine, and he got to advertise on the back page, and he would put together different articles.
Yeah, and I've got some samples of those we can hold up to the camera, actually,
Okay.
because he would write really, really nice
Yeah,
articles.
he took his time and did something really nice. So there's one where he's at. There's one on the very back page, impact of rising interest rates.
Yeah, sometimes I would squish them down into a smaller segment so I could advertise just sold or just listed properties. And then sometimes I would give him the entire page just so that he could really write a really nice, strong article.
But he would pay to be in our magazine and make sure that you follow any REST code rules, and your friendly lender will know what those are, and it's usually a 50-50 split that you guys need to be making sure that you're both equally a part of the cost of making the magazine. Just for compliance reasons, they can't just give it to you or pay for all
the
of it.
entire thing.
But talk to your lender, title company, plumber, anyone. that might want to be in front of your sphere of influence and that you'd be recommending, and they'd be in your magazine to help cover the cost.
Yeah, and that was a huge way that we offset a lot of our expenses, is having advertising space for the trusted lender, for the trusted title company, for the home warranty company. I mean, there are a lot of people that want to tap into your sphere. So a couple examples like Dave did is APR misleading. And he had a whole long article about that. There was another one about what is the impact of rising interest rates, tax reform and home ownership. Rents are through the roof.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
Rents are through the roof.
He had a thing about credit scores, about wire fraud in real estate.
We have a lot of magazines.
Buying new investment properties. That was a good one.
Oh, yeah, buying investment properties. And this is what keeps fees on people's counters, keeps them in their dens. They'll hold on to these because they want to read something out of this. So, I mean, it is the best marketing thing we have ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not the most expensive thing we've ever done. By a long shot. We've done radio, TV, buying leads. We've done it all. And best bang for the buck and keeping our name in front of people and letting people know to get in touch with us when we can do a great job, perhaps, on staying in touch with them.
Yeah.
Obviously, Own Home Loans, our new mortgage company. We have our own little ad now with Amir, so that I make this year to find a home of your own. So that was clever. Thanks, Amir. Anyway, hope you guys have a great week, and thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Paul, for hosting it on the back end.
All right.
All right.
Awesome. We'll
See
see
you
you guys
guys.
later.